Nebraska students competed in a robotics championship today. First Alert 6's Philip Katafamo shares how it's bringing attention to STEM programs across Nebraska.
With safety goggles on and controllers in hand, robotics teams made the trip to MCC for Saturday's competition. Since September, programs have been preparing their robots for this moment.
Last year we had 14 teams that we inherited from the Iowa partnership. This year we've grown that. We had 25 teams scheduled to show up for state. We got 23 that actually showed. So pretty good turnout, almost doubled our numbers.
Every round, schools are paired up in teams. After each round, the teams rotate, meaning teams can start competition together and end up as opponents next round. Bots collect and shoot these purple and green balls into the goal for points, but the balls have to be shot in the correct order.
So they actually have to think about strategically how they're scoring.
The field this year is full of new and returning programs. Lily Abshire helped start the robotics team at Scottsbluff High School this year. For smaller communities, hands-on STEM programs like this can be hard to come by. The Cyberclaws have provided an opportunity Lily did not have previously.
We don't have any coding, any real engineering or anything like that at our school, and so having an opportunity like that, I would have died for it as a freshman, and so I'm really glad we're getting it started.
Scottsbluff brought their bot Harry to compete. The Cyberclaws have been working on this mechanical marvel for months.
Originally, our starter robot, he was covered in zip ties and we never trimmed them, and so he looked hairy, but he's bald now. We did cut them off, but he's still hairy in our hearts.
Harry will have his hands full against other bots like Riot from Columbus High School.
We have a double intake system, so we can pick up balls from both sides of a robot without having to turn, which saves us a lot of time. And then we also have a spinning mechanism inside the robot that kind of turns it like a revolver and chooses which color we want to shoot.
Rebel Robotics are back competing at First Tech after a strong showing last year that included a trip to Panama for a global robotics competition. They're back this year to compete and share knowledge with programs like the Cyberclaws.
Having that as our main focus this season has, I think, made it a really rewarding season.
After some practice and modifications, it was time to compete. Coincidentally, Riot and Harry faced off in the first round. In the end, it was Harry and a bot from a Fillmore County program which earned the early round victory. But for students like Caleb and Lily, Saturday's competition is a foundation for the next generation of STEM students. Reporting in Omaha, I'm Philip Katafamo, First Alert 6.
Two winners from today's tournament will advance to the championship at the end of April, and we'll have the results posted with this story on FirstAlert6.com.